In the ancient world, long before kingdoms rose and fell, humanity began to multiply across the earth. But as generations passed, the hearts of people turned dark. Violence filled the land, corruption poisoned communities. Wickedness became the rhythm of daily life. Scripture says that every imagination of the human heart was set on evil continually. The world that once reflected God's beauty had become broken, tainted, and unbearably cruel. But in the midst of this darkness, one man stood out like a light. His name was Noah. He was righteous, blameless among the people of his time, and he walked faithfully with God. While the world turned away, Noah stayed close. And because of this, God chose him for a mission that would reshape history and offer humanity a second chance. One day, God spoke to Noah with a message that shook the foundations of the earth. He revealed that judgment was coming, an overwhelming flood that would wash away the wickedness that had consumed mankind. But God also revealed his plan of mercy. Noah and his family would be saved. God gave Noah specific instructions. Commands to build something the world had never seen: a massive ark. God's instructions were detailed and exact. The ark was to be made of gopher wood, covered inside and out with pitch, with 3 decks, rooms throughout, and a single door on the side. It would be longer than a modern football field, tall as a multi-story building, and strong enough to withstand unimaginable storms. Noah obeyed. Day after day, year after year, he worked. As he hammered, sawed, and constructed, people from nearby cities gathered to mock him. They called him foolish. They laughed at the idea of a coming flood. Rain had never fallen in such a way before. But Noah kept building. He kept preaching, he kept warning, he kept trusting. When the ark finally stood completed, a colossal wooden vessel stretching across the dry ground, God told Noah it was time. Animals began to arrive, not by Noah's command, but by the hand of God himself. 2 of every kind, and in some cases 7, came walking, crawling, flying, and bounding toward the ark. Lions and lambs, wolves and deer, birds and insects, creatures of every shape and size entered the ark peacefully, guided by a divine instinct. Noah, his wife, his 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and their wives stepped inside. Then something remarkable happened. God himself shut the door. The moment of mercy had passed. The moment of judgment had come. The skies, once calm and familiar, turned dark. The wind howled. Thunder cracked like the roar of 1,000 voices. And then the heavens opened. Rain began to fall, not gently, not softly, but in torrents. The fountains of the deep erupted from beneath the earth, sending water gushing upward in violent streams. The floodwaters rose quickly, sweeping away everything in their path.
Homes vanished, streets disappeared.
Mountains were swallowed by rising waves. People who once mocked Noah now cried out in fear, pounding on the outside of the ark. But the door had been closed by God, and only he could open it. The world as Noah knew it was gone. Inside the ark, Noah and his family listened as the floodwaters surged around them. Yet the vessel stood firm, carried by the hand of God. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. For 40 days and 40 nights, the rain continued relentlessly.
But even after the rain stopped, the earth remained covered for a long time.
Finally, after many months, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. Noah released a raven, but it found no place to land. Later, he released a dove, and it returned with an olive leaf in its beak, a sign that the waters were receding and life was returning. When Noah released the dove again, it did not come back. The earth was becoming habitable once more.
Then God spoke again. It was time to leave the ark.
Noah stepped out on the fresh ground, the air crisp and pure. The world was silent, cleansed, and new. The first thing Noah did was build an altar. He offered a sacrifice of thanksgiving to the Lord, acknowledging God's mercy and protection. God received Noah's offering and made a promise that would echo through every generation that followed. Never again would he destroy the earth with a flood. And to seal this covenant, God placed a sign in the sky, a radiant, multicolored bow stretching across the clouds. The rainbow became a symbol of God's faithfulness, a reminder that even in judgment, his mercy triumphs. From Noah's family, humanity would begin again. Nations would rise. Stories would be told. And the earth, once drowned in judgment, would flourish with new life. The story of Noah and the Great Flood stands as a testament to obedience, faith, and divine protection. It teaches us that even when the world around us falls into darkness, one person's righteousness can change history. And it reminds us that God always provides a way of rescue for those who walk with Him, sometimes like Noah. We are called to obey even when it doesn't make sense, to build in faith, to trust in silence, and to stand firm when the world mocks. Because when the storms come, and they always do, it is obedience that becomes our ark, and faith that carries us safely through the waters.